The night was getting late. The clock was showing 22:59. I still didn't budge from watching the action movie that was playing on my laptop. Even though I've watched it many times, I still watched it because I wanted to wait for Dad to come home from work. I knew Dad would get mad later if I waited for him to go home. My dad didn't want me to get sick from lack of sleep or catch a cold and such. My dad was good, right? You must be asking about my mother. My mom. We didn't live under the same roof with her because they had divorced, whatever their reasons for choosing separation. I didn't want to know. Just for today, I didn't want Dad to be angry. I closed my laptop because I felt really bored. I went up on the bed, played with my phone for a while, and put it on the nightstand. Then I pulled the blanket to warm my body. Don't forget, I pulled Jack, the only doll I had to be my bolster. Let me tell you a little about Jack. This teddy bear wearing a jacket and a blood-red hood. His eyes were round and plain black, making me want to have them. It's already been 3 weeks since I bought it at the night market. I still remembered it. This doll was placed differently by the seller. While the other dolls were placed in a glass case, Jack was placed on the top corner with an iron chain that decorated his neck. My dad insisted that I choose another doll, but I was hypnotized by Jack's innocent round eyes. By slightly threatening my dad, he reluctantly bought it for me. "You're lucky to have it. He will invite you to have fun later," said the seller when the sale and purchase transaction has been completed. I didn't understand what he said. I just smiled faintly in response. Before long, I fell asleep, until the clang of the clock and the wind that forced through the ventilation in my room disturbed my sleep. I woke up, and somehow, I felt a chill. I felt like I was being watched by something, up close. So close. The atmosphere suddenly made me want to pee. Why did I want to pee at a time like this? Shortly, I went up to the bathroom. Running down the stairs, I stared at the clock that now showed 2 o'clock in the morning. Dad should have been home a while ago, I thought. Sure enough, after finishing and going back to my room, I saw Dad's cigarette and his wallet lying on the dining table. I glanced at my dad's room across the wide open stairs. Where's Daddy? How come he's not in his room? I opened the door to my room, and at once my gaze was on the bookshelf. I was surprised how Jack could be up there. Didn't I put it on the bed? I walked over to him, picked it up with difficulty because I needed a chair to reach it. Then I immediately laid down on my bed. I looked closely at Jack. I caressed his fur lovingly. I touched his round nose and ended in his mouth that had a sweet smile. I held Jack. I breathed in his distinctive fragrance. But wait, why did it smell like the smell of blood? The smell of something rancid. And cigarettes. Suddenly, something about Jack changed. His innocent eyes disappearing, replaced by a frivolous and vengeful look. His mouth, too. My favorite smile disappeared, replaced by a sly grin, and canine teeth covered in fresh blood. Blood! Whose blood was this? My heart felt out of place. My hands that were holding Jack trembled violently. I faintly watched Jack's mouth move and said,
"Want to play with me too?"
Instantly, the shrill of laughter filled the air, and everything went dark.